Good day, and welcome to today's EnWave Corporation webcast as part of the Planet MicroCap Showcase. It is now my pleasure to turn the floor over to your host, Brent Charlton, CEO and President of EnWave Corporation.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending today. I look forward to introducing EnWave Corporation to those who don't know us and providing valuable updates to our current shareholders through this presentation. Now, before I begin, I would like to make everybody aware that this presentation contains forward-looking information. They are based on management's expectations, estimates, and projections. These statements are not a guarantee of future performance and involve a number of risks, uncertainties, and assumptions. Please consider the risk factors in the filings made by EnWave on SEDAR when considering this information. EnWave's mission is to disrupt the global food and cannabis industries through the material commercialization of our proprietary radiant energy vacuum or REV dehydration technology. Our distinctive excellence is that our company continues to offer the most scalable and reliable vacuum microwave technology in the world. Further, we have accumulated years of processing and operational expertise that enables our licensed royalty partners to accelerate innovation and reduce the time needed to develop manufacturing solutions. We are working to leverage this distinctive excellence by employing a diverse commercialization strategy to monetize our tech. The linchpin of EnWave's business is our intellectual property, including our patents, know-how, and equipment, which is the embodiment of our IP. We own 19 separate patents that are active in over 40 territories, and the moat around our technology is wide, which has enabled EnWave to monetize REV technology in 4 distinct ways. We're actively building a robust portfolio of diversified royalty streams generated by the use of our technology by our royalty partners. Food manufacturers that use REV pay EnWave a 2 to 5% royalty based on the revenue generated from the sale of their products, while cannabis producers typically pay a penny per dried gram produced. To date, EnWave has secured 43 royalty-bearing commercial licenses. EnWave also generates revenue selling the REV equipment. Pricing ranges from around $200K to $3 million US based on machinery scale, and we target a gross margin typically of between 30 and 35%. We have a skilled in-house sales team that drives revenue, and we've also built out a qualified group of international channel partners to accelerate lead generation and close deals globally, which has proven to be very important during the pandemic. Starting this summer, we anticipate launching another revenue stream, a new toll drying service we've dubbed RevWorks. I will provide further details regarding this launch of the complementary service in a few slides, but the primary purpose is to de-risk the adoption of REV technology and get more REV dried products into the market faster. Lastly, EnWave generates significant revenue through its wholly owned subsidiary, NutraDried Food Co., which sells Moon Cheese as a branded shelf-stable cheese snack in North America. NutraDried was started as a proof of concept for large-scale REV equipment, but has evolved into a formidable CPG snack company, generating more than 29 million Canadian in revenue in 2019 and 22 million more recently in 2020, a pullback primarily due to COVID factors. When first introduced to EnWave, shareholders typically want to see what our machinery looks like. So this is our 10 kilowatt batch machinery that allows for product development and small scale commercialization. We've sold more than 30 of these units, and they often lead to larger scale purchase orders. This is a snapshot of our larger 60 kilowatt continuous processing line. Our larger continuous lines range up to 120 kilowatts in rated power. This particular machine is actively being used to process cannabis in Canada, and we have 2 distinct REV design systems. One that uses trays to transport material through the vacuum microwave process, and the other uses baskets or drums. The same machinery can be used to dry food applications and cannabis using different drying protocols. For processing food and ingredients, REV offers several unique advantages. We offer a very low controllable temperature drying, which allows for the retention of color, flavor, and nutrients. Also, the use of vacuum allows for unique textures to be created that are more porous than what can be provided by the incumbent technologies. Also, because vacuum microwave is a volumetric drying process, we have precise moisture control in that the final application can end with either 5% moisture or 15% moisture or 40% moisture, all dependent on the user specifications. Furthermore, our technology is far less costly than freeze drying and produces quality products that are far more appealing than air drying. It's also diverse in its application and can be used to dry most any organic material. In the cannabis industry, REV is a flexible drying process that allows for the improved retention of cannabinoids and terpenes when compared to the incumbent room or rack drying. It significantly reduces the drying times, reduces the propensity for bioburden issues, allows for increased process controls, and reduces the footprint necessary for drying, which can be reallocated to more growing. This all contributes to a decreased cost of production. We've developed two principal protocols to dry cannabis. Terpene Max dries cannabis material down to 10 to 14% moisture in under 2 hours, while retaining 100% of the cannabinoids, removing hexanols to reduce the harshness of the smoke, and allowing for up to 20% more total terpenes to be preserved when compared to room or rack drying. The rapid extract method is aimed at cannabis plant material destined for extraction. The process is quicker at 1 hour and will dry the material down to 5% moisture. Typical processing times for cannabis using room or rack drying can range anywhere between 5 to 15 days. So this is obviously a huge time savings when it comes to this particular process in the manufacturing process. The legal cannabis market is expected to grow to $56 billion by 2026, with more than 70% of that growth taking place in the United States. We plan to continue to sell REV equipment to U.S. MSOs, Canadian LPs, and other legal international producers to drive our business. EnWave's participation in the cannabis industry began during a phase of the market where due diligence was average at best, and to be honest, we benefited. When we first sold REV equipment to licensed producers in Canada, we knew we could dry cannabis material, but had no idea what the qualitative outcome would be. Thankfully, our experience working with certain royalty partners and our Health Canada R&D license has allowed us to refine processing protocols that provide material advantages to the end user. In fact, some of our royalty partners have assisted us in the selling process, allowing for tours to be held at their facilities and speaking to prospects about the benefits they see in REV. We see massive opportunities for growth internationally. We recently sold our first large-scale machine to a U.S.-based cannabis producer in Illinois, and our pipeline of prospective licensees seems to be growing on a weekly basis due to our marketing efforts. Beyond North America, it's critical to offer GMP machinery for processing medical cannabis. Our engineering team successfully designed both 10 kilowatt and large-scale GMP machinery, and we expect our first sale of GMP equipment for cannabis processing in the near term. We still see attractive upside in the Canadian marketplace, but it's still in flux. Further consolidation and maturation is still forecasted. We're truly a global technology company in that we've deployed machines, again, in 20 countries across 5 continents, as far away as Japan, Thailand, throughout Europe, South America, Australasia, and North America, with companies of all sizes, Fortune 500 to 2 or 3 person entrepreneurial entities launching new innovative products to market. I'd like to talk about a few specific royalty partner relationships that we have. We have licensed deals with PepsiCo Frito-Lay through their Bear Snacks brand, healthy fruit snacks many of you might have tried in the marketplace. We're also partnered with Calbee out of Japan, the largest snacking company in that country, and they have great distribution presence globally. We're also engaged in a project with the U.S. Armed Forces to improve military rations for close combat warfighters. And we also have licenses in place with some of the world's largest dairy companies, including Arla Foods, based in Scandinavia, and Royal Friesland Campina, based in the Netherlands. Thus far, through fiscal 2021, we've had great success in the progress towards hitting our KPIs for machine sales. So far, as we just entered into Q3 fiscal 21, we've sold 9 10 kilowatt units and 2 large-scale purchase orders for 100 and 120 kilowatt machines, respectively. Our targets are 5 large-scale machines greater than 60 kilowatts and 12 10 kilowatt sales. And if we do hit those metrics, we should be cash flow positive at the parent company level. The large machines that we sold thus far this year include Patatas Fritas, which is a Spanish-based snacking company that will be producing a dried cheese snack product. And also, as I mentioned prior, a large machine sold to an Illinois-based cannabis processor, which should be coming online later this summer. We also completed 2 large-scale installations through fiscal 21, which was no small feat considering COVID. We started a machine up in Peru and also in Costa Rica for the production of fruit snacks and ingredients. We also had several 10 kilowatts installed remotely in several countries on a global basis, again, as far away as Japan and Australia. I mentioned RevWorks toll service as a new revenue driver for our business. We hope that RevWorks will eliminate some of the commercialization roadblocks that we've encountered in the past. RevWorks will increase the speed to market for REV-dried products. It will reduce the financial risk for REV adopters, allow for meaningful market testing, reduce the operational burden for many companies, and will provide companies with the ability to scale the production of their products quickly. We are very excited about the potential of RevWorks as the only vacuum microwave tolling facility that we know of globally. The build-out of RevWorks is progressing well, and we anticipate the service offering to begin in the summer. Right now, we're still patiently waiting for the construction permit to trigger our contractors from our local municipality. Upon startup, we plan to begin our certification pursuits, including SQF, a critical requirement to work with large global food companies. And the pipeline of interested potential RevWorks customers is building. But we are in a situation where the plant needs to be available before we can confirm tolling contracts. Once started up, we will have 90 kilowatts of vacuum microwave capacity, as well as auxiliary upstream and downstream equipment, including bulk packaging. We firmly believe that RevWorks will facilitate an increased number of REV-dried products in the market and lead to accelerated, meaningful commercialization of REV technology. 2020 was a tough year for NutraDried, our wholly owned subsidiary, as the business unit encountered difficulties in meeting with new grocery distribution, and the Costco business softened up, primarily due to COVID. There were, however, several good points of progress. Complete rebrand and improvement of the consumer messaging and improved products were developed. We also matured our in-house sales function, and that was professionalized compared to past structure. We also introduced new product formats that graduated through our innovation pipeline to commercial launch, one of those being Protein Blitz Mix, a mix of nuts and dried cheese snack with certain flavor profiles. And we also significantly improved our online sales, which was up 200% year over year, and now makes up almost 20% of our monthly revenue. Now, despite these positive steps forward, EnWave's board decided to restructure the business unit in early 2021 to address the significant increases in fixed overhead expenses that were not supported by the core business, i.e. non-club business, and put measures in place to more effectively control inventory and the budgeting process. We are now active in our search for a new senior leader to join our team and lead NutraDried back to sustained material growth. We have interviewed several candidates and expect to make a hire within the next few weeks. In regards to our goals for NutraDried in fiscal year 2021, we aim to confirm significant new distribution in the grocery and C-store channels, as well as win back meaningful club opportunities. We also have a keen focus on expanding our co-manufacturing and private label projects to use more manufacturing capacity and generate additional contribution margin. We are currently using about 30% capacity and are targeting a minimum of 60% capacity utilization by year end. We will continue to invest prudently into the business unit, but be vigilant controlling fixed costs. It is imperative that we return to profitability ASAP with NutraDried. I mentioned the expansion of NutraDried's portfolio, and I encourage all of you online today to put your orders in for our Protein Blitz Mix product, one of our newest offerings at mooncheese.com. The new products are delicious. Many of our audience members today have likely read the research article published by Merck, a licensed partner of EnWave's, regarding their studies showing that our technology reduces the drying time of vaccinations by 80 to 90%, while offering repeatability, stability, and efficacy on par with the industry standard of lyophilization. This research article stimulated a wave of inbound inquiries from some of the largest pharma companies globally, many of which are contemplating trialing our machinery and or buying pilot units for future development of their products. Merck continues to test the GMP REV equipment EnWave supplied to them, and we hope to provide an update on their commercial path later this year. We continue to collaborate closely with GEA Lyophil, our joint development partner, to design scalable GMP pharma equipment. GEA is a world leader in lyophilization and GMP development and complements our expertise in vacuum microwave. We have focused on diversifying our revenue sources and growing our higher margin streams. As we scale, our margin profile should significantly improve. EnWave has a strong balance sheet and no material debt. With rapid commercialization of REV underway and a strong business development pipeline, we are targeting cash flow positivity for fiscal year 2021. So today, I was able to touch upon several important areas of our business. For the rest of fiscal year 2021, we are hyper-focused on generating positive EBITDA in both business units. We plan to smartly invest funds to build out our internal capabilities, but we will continue to leverage our third-party supplier, reseller, and outsourced manufacturing relationships for mutual benefit. We aim to successfully start up RevWorks, de-risk the technology adoption, and accelerate the commercialization of REV-dried products. We must confirm planned repeat purchase orders from existing commercial licensees, and if so, we will smash our targets. And lastly, we have a massive opportunity to dominate the cannabis drying industry given REV's clear value proposition. If we execute the right sales and marketing strategies, this should be a material part of our business on a go-forward basis. I'm confident in our growth prospects and believe we have the right team and structures in place to generate significant shareholder value. With my presentation now complete, I will now field any questions from the audience via the webcast platform. And the first question here is we have, do you see competition out of Chinese competitors? There appear to be some that are selling freeze vacuum dried microwave tech. And the answer to that particular question is we see prospective competitors working on vacuum microwave technology in different countries globally, some of which are in China. The key differentiation between what we've been successful in developing versus what we've seen in the market and what we've heard through our licensees who have gone to kick the tires of these prospective competitors is that their technology is not reliable, meaning that they have a huge problem in terms of distributing the microwave energy in a homogeneous manner, providing a reliable, consistent process at scale. Vacuum microwave is not an easy technology to perfect, but the apparatus design patents as well as the processing patents in which we hold have done so. If a tangible competitor does emerge, our strategy would be either a merger or an acquisition based on the size of that business, and of course, continue to protect our licensees who are commercially exploiting our patent portfolio. Let's see if there's any more questions here. And there's no additional questions. So on that note, I'll wrap up today's presentation. If there are any questions that arise after the fact, please don't hesitate to contact myself through info@enwave.net. I'll be happy to provide you with more information to your queries. Thank you very much.
Certainly. This does conclude today's webcast. Thank you for your participation and have a wonderful day.